Go for it, girl.
All right. So there is still time to get 20% off Ultimate Portion Fix Challenge Packs and $10 off the completion kits if you haven't already got that. I know Katie's already got her certificate from the Master Series. And I think, Danielle, you have too, right? No? Just Katie. Look at her. Go, girl. So purchase any of those and you'll have access to the 21-day fix real-time workouts prior to them going on the member library at the end of May. If you have never received or earned a Success Club point, you have an opportunity to get a free t-shirt by earning your first Success Club point in May. And if you have 3 coaches under you that receive Success Club points, then you also receive a t-shirt in May. Summit parties, if you are going to Summit, there is still time to qualify for the Summit parties. Which is awesome. They're a ton of fun. You don't want to miss those. On the Beachbody back office kind of behind the scenes portion, you're able to now modify Beach Bar's Daily Sunshine and Performance orders yourself instead of having to call customer service, which is super helpful because we know how not always super helpful customer service is. And there is a new Beachbody Life feed on the website. So if you do hashtag Team Beachbody or hashtag Shakeology on your posts, you may get featured on the feed. And then last but not least, the plant-based vegan chocolate recover a week. Lots of announcements.
I have a question as I'm stuffing my face. Danielle, do you think we should be using that Team Beachbody hashtag, or is that cheap?
We can talk about that probably off team call so that we can get through this. But as you guys know, and I always say, you are your brand. And so I think when you're at events like Summit or the cruise or that sort of thing, that's a place to use it and know that you can get featured there. But we're building a business to help people outside of coaches. So just know that if you do use that hashtag, you might get a lot of coaches on your posts. But that's just my opinion. You guys can take it or leave it. But good question. Anything else, guys, before we get started? Does anybody have any recognition that they would like to shout out before we get started with Steph? Well, I wanted to shout out Megan, who is on here, because if you guys haven't noticed, she has just been kicking butt. She did, I think it was her first Facebook Live this weekend, and she told me she was deathly scared to do it, but she did it anyways because she knew that maybe one of you would see it and be inspired by her. And guys, she's somebody that's just like the rest of us, that has gone through ups and downs in her journey. And it's just like she got on a team call last week, her fire got lit, and now she's been on power hours. She's been getting up and working in the mornings, even though she hasn't been able to work out through an injury. So props to you, girl. You're proof that anybody on this team can make any day, which can be today, hopefully, after you hear from Steph, your like line in the sand to just go all in with whatever it is that you want. And, you know, it's not going to be instant. It's not going to be just because she showed up for one thing. It's going to happen, but it will, because she's going to stay consistent. So super duper proud of you. The other thing I wanted to say, because I've been getting a lot of questions about this before we get started, is the Slay the Rosé Facebook event, guys, that's up. Like, it doesn't go away. It's always there. So as you're talking to people about the pop-up shop, I've been making sure to give them the free workouts, remind them that they're there still, as I'm also sharing the pop-up shop. So just remember, as you are sharing the sale, it's about what can we give first. And that includes our story, our heart, and obviously the free workouts are there for all of them to access. So just wanted to remind you about that. I also put in the team page some examples of invites that I'm using. And y'all, I am loving Google Streak right now. I got 80 connections done in the past power hour that I just did, all because it's super duper simple, because I have my list in front of me and I just go down it and I keep track of it and it's there and I know exactly who I need to talk to. So I also added a training with that to the team page in the units last week. What else? Obviously, pop-up shop, we'll talk about that at the end because I want to get to Steph's content. I actually asked Steph to do this call because she went to her first summit last year, so she's been to one, and it was her birthday weekend last year, and she literally, guys, 2 years ago, it was like right after her wedding or right before her wedding, I can't remember, she'll tell you, but she literally was getting on to buy a ticket like 24 hours before summit. That's how badly she wanted to go. I mean, she was looking at like $800 flights. That's how much FOMO that she had. And she was so jealous. I know Brie was with me in New Orleans and she was so mad. She wanted to like beg, borrow, and steal to get there. So if there's one thing that you take away from this call, I know a lot of you are going to Summit for the first time. I know she's going to be sharing kind of the things that she learned from her first Summit that will help you, like obviously what to bring, what to do, all that. But also if you're not signed up for Summit, like why you need to be there. And if you really have a good excuse, as in you already have an international trip, which I know Megan has planned already, or you are getting married that weekend, obviously that's already set, why you can use Summit to have something to work towards right now, even though you're not going, and what that kind of looks like. So I'm going to stop talking because I know Steph is so excited about this. And as you guys know, she is pregnant. So she is still like masterminding how to get herself there, even though she will be in the third trimester.
It's only a 15-hour train ride. Andrew told me I'm not going. My husband told me no. The doctors have told me no. But I'm trying to figure it out. If anyone wants to drive a third trimester pregnant woman, I'm down.
I love you.
All Go right. for it, girl.
So I have actually a slideshow because I'm really organized and will help me like keep to everything. So I just need to share my screen. So give me a second. I think I can just do this and I can share my PowerPoint. Can you guys see that? All right. So I'm going to talk about Summit as like kind of a whole for some of you that don't know what Summit is, for some of you that have never been to Summit, for those of you who have been to Summit, just kind of like over encompassing everything. So Beachbody Coach Summit is from July 11th. Sorry, I have to minimize this little video here. There we go. From July 11th through the 14th. It technically starts on July 10th, Wednesday night. And I think they have like a big elite party and things like that. So it is like a long weekend. It is a great opportunity to not only build your current business, but I think what's the most important part is that networking in our business is something that we kind of like don't really do, but it's important to hear from other people, not to follow them and do what they're doing, but just to hear that they're like us. And so I'm going to give you some examples of that tonight. So my first question to you is, who on this call has purchased your ticket? Because this picture here is literally what Indianapolis looks like. Like, I am going to be honest with you. I judged Indy really hard. I was like, what the hell is there to do in Indianapolis? I grew up in Long Island, New York. I have high standards. Indy is gorgeous. They have really good restaurants. It is a fun city. It is a cute little park, great for Instagram photo opping. So there is currently, as of today, 1 month and 28 days. And Beachbody is so awesome that they're still giving a discount. I mean, you're not paying as much as I paid for my ticket, but I mean, it's still $195, which is $100 savings. So if you haven't purchased your ticket, you're really doing yourself in this business. You're not doing yourself justice, to be honest with you. Like, look how cute I am in that outfit on next to the elevator. Like, it was National Wear Your Lily Day. So you know our team was dressed in full Lily. But, I mean, the smile on my face alone, I am showing you this picture because I was just genuinely so happy to be there. So Summit last year was the same weekend on my bachelorette party. And it was really hard for me to tell my friends and my family that I was no longer going to go to my bachelorette party and go to Summit instead. So unfortunately, I went on my bachelorette party. I didn't go to Summit. I was trying to like see if maybe I could go for like one night. It just didn't work. But last year I went. It was a great time. And unfortunately, this year I'm not going to be able to go. But you betcha, Baby Lit and I are going to be strapped together in my stroller there with or without Andrew. I've already told him he can come. He can stay home. Baby Lit and I are going to do some mom and me workouts. I'm in. I don't know where city it is in yet. We'll find out at Indy. So you have to be there in order to find out. Also, the team is not going to FaceTime every little thing that happens. Yeah, we're going to come back and we're going to share with you some of the goodies, but you're going to miss a lot of key content by not being there. So that's my little spiel on how much tickets are. So my next thing is you might be wondering to yourself, should I even attend Summit? Because it is a plane ride for most of us. No one lives in Indy that I know of on our team. It's a hotel. It's, food and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a cost expense, but it's also, as Audrey knows, tax deductible. So if we go ahead and we save all our receipts and we itemize at the end of the year, or if you've been on the fence, I'm going to tell you why it's important for you to attend Summit. First off, you're going to get a really cute picture with your team. Like, look how cute Bree and I are. But more importantly, you're going to spend time with the super trainers. You're going to get a chance to actually bond with your teammates and see how they've been running their business. I mean, I love that I get to see you guys all once a week on a team call, but there's a very different vibe on a team call than when I get to talk to Katie in person, like when we were down in Virginia. Like, it is a completely different vibe. You get to actually see that there are like-minded people all in one place at one time, and that there is really no difference between Melanie Mitro and Danielle. And there is no difference between me and Lindsay Matway. It's the time and the energy that they have put into their business and focusing on their 4 vital behaviors every single day for the last 6 or 7 years that have put them at the top of the business. And I think that that was one of the keyest and truest takeaways that I had, was just looking at the potential that we are truly, as coaches, sitting on. You get to actually see, I don't know if you all love the company you work for. I mean, I love where I work, but I think sometimes we get taken advantage of as corporate employees, and you get to actually see how well Beachbody cares for you. And you'll see, like, Indy last year, they had all of the elite coaches and all of the top 10 coaches. They all had special jumpsuits made for them. And every little, recognition that they hit was celebrated. And every recognition that any coach had was recognized and celebrated. And there's an elite party, and there's a premier party, and there's a success club party. And Beachbody truly does go out of their way. I truly feel this way. Like, this is why this is not a pyramid scheme. This is a business, because they truly go out of their way to make you feel as though you are an important part of their team. They cannot succeed without you succeeding. It's a chance to grow your business. Like, yeah, this is a great fun time, but there is so much knowledge. I brought a notebook with me, and I have pages upon pages of notes in here of things that I took away with. It gave me a chance to really dig deeper and learn not only about myself in one weekend, that I basically knew about myself in an entire month, because I was asking questions of myself that Bree and I literally would leave a session and be like, why didn't I think of that before? Like, why have I never asked myself that question? Why have I never thought of doing that with the challenge group before? Or, just whatever little thing it is. And if you've been to the Summit before, why you should continue to go to Summit is because you need to continue to grow your business. If you're not willing to invest in your business, any good business owner will tell you every year you need to take some of your profit and reinvest it back into your business for the next year. So if you're not willing to do that, I don't know how to help you grow your business forward. And also, for some of you new coaches, or some of you who might not be on the call tonight but might see this later, maybe you've been sitting for a while and you're like, I don't really know what I want to do with my business. Or I started and I've kind of stopped, or I've halted. This is a chance to have basically like a renaissance, like a reawakening, and really see the potential that you have, the chance that you have to grow your business, the experience that you can really enjoy. I mean, Danielle gets to go on this fabulous trip every year. I know Claire has won it before. Just all these opportunities that we're given that you just have to work hard to get to. And like Danielle said at the beginning of the call, no, it might not happen overnight. You might not become Melanie Mitro, in 2 weeks. But I mean, if you look at what she's done over 7 years or 8 years now, that's really, really impressive. I don't know how many of you make millions of dollars a year after being at your company for 7 years. I mean, I could be there for 10 years. I'm not going to get, $1 million in 1 year. It's just not going to happen. So I think that that's just a really important, takeaway. I'm sorry, someone's chatting. I can't see what they're saying. Was it a question? No? Okay. I don't know where the chat feature is on this. I'm going to apologize. I don't use this for work. We use something else. So if you have a question, just interrupt me. Just go ahead and talk. So that's why I think that if you've been in this business a long time, if you're new to this business, if you've been sitting on your business, there is literally no reason why, unless, like Danielle said, you have a life plan, like a wedding or a trip already planned, you should not be at Summit. Also, Summit is the time where, I guess, how do I go to the next slide? We're going to talk about what you can expect while you're there. Like, when would you ever get a chance to take a picture with Carl's dad? I want to ask, have you ever had a chance to meet Carl's dad, number one? Have you ever had him spray you down with water while you sweated out at 6 a.m.? And when have you ever, like, I worked out with people I've never even met before. I've also used a porta potty live. I want to put that on here on the recording. I have used a porta potty for the first time in my life. It took 28 years, but I finally did it. Only at Summit would I do that. But the best part about Summit for 2019, which is the first year that Beachbody's ever doing this, is so last year, basically there was only 2 tracks. You were either new in your business or an advance in your business. There was no in between. There was no, I'm kind of, need to be re-engaged in my business. I'm a new mom. I'm a new full-time coach. I'm a part-time coach. This year, Beachbody has decided to tailor Summit around a personal agenda, which is amazing to me. And that is so important because you don't want to go to the same session every year and sit and listen and be bored to death. You want to take this opportunity because this is an investment on your business to grow. And I mean, like anyone else, like I wouldn't want to go to the same class over and over and over again and not learn anything new. So I truly believe that if you are open-minded and you attend Summit, you can truly learn a lot. Summit also has this wonderful thing called the Core, which is basically Beachbody everything on steroids. It is a giant gymnasium with clothes, performance line. And the best part is that there are some things that are a little discounted there. There are also things that you can take home with you that you don't have to pay shipping for. So even if something is full price, like Daily Sunshine was like their big thing last year, and Energize just came out in all the little like sample pack, like the little individual packs, not like the whole tub. They were all there. You could purchase whatever you wanted and you didn't have to pay for shipping. So you automatically got a savings right then and there. And the Core is just a great fun way to buy things and take things home. There's also all of the general sessions and training. So this is a work conference. I want to be very clear on that. Yes, I'm talking a lot of fun, but please do not, and I'm going to say this like 16 times, please do not skip a general session and go and hang out in the Core. Shopping is fun. You will not meet anyone who loves to shop more than I do. I can promise you that. However, there is a time to learn and a time to have fun. And you need to sit in those general sessions to grow your business so you can make more income to then go shop. So do not miss a chance to hear an elite coach, a top 10 coach, someone, Carl, someone that works for Beachbody, stand up there and give their time and let them give their experience. Not because I want you to go home and follow them to a T, but I want you to hear what has worked for them. And I think that there is a lot of value. And I think your coach or Danielle, whoever your coach may be, will say, like, please do not skip a general session or a training to go to the Core. There is always time for the Core. I think we went 3 times. I think Danielle went 4. Like, there is always time to shop. We made time to shop. We sacrificed eating, had shakes instead, and went to shop. Like, you'll make it work. Just please remember that as much fun Summit is. Yes.
I was going to take it even a step further and being off your phone when it's important. And that goes for representing our team and what we do, because, whether you're on a team call or you are anywhere, you guys represent all of us together. And don't be that girl, like, when you guys go to conferences and the person next to you is on their phone constantly, like looking at stuff, it's kind of distracting. So
please don't be talking either. It was obnoxious. I'm not gonna lie. I was like 2 feet away, 2 inches away from punching the girl sitting next to us and behind us, because Bree and I were trying to hear what, Carl Deichler's saying, or Melanie Nietzsche, or someone like in my mind that's super important to our business. And he's announcing like the next great thing. Shaun T gets on stage and I have this girl behind me talking about what she did last weekend with her boy. Like, I don't care what you did last weekend. Talk about that over dinner. Like, I really want to hear what Shaun T or Carl have to say. So just be courteous, not only to our teammates, but be courteous to the people around you. I mean, like, it's very flexible. If you have to go to the bathroom, get up, go to the bathroom. But just know the general session, like, it is a time to learn. When we're in, like, the big open auditorium and they're having, like, the bigger open sessions. So the general session is more of, like, everyone all together at one time. The trainings are more individualized, which you're going to tailor on your agenda for yourself. Don't forget to do that. Danielle will remind us of the deadline. To do that, you want to make sure that you go in to your registration and you've picked the sessions that you want to attend and you want to listen to. And you also want to pick your workouts too. We want to make sure that we register for those things ahead of time.
Yeah, so you got just a quick note on that. You guys should have already gotten an email if you're already registered for Summit to pick your workout. That's the only thing you have to select this year. And then based on your rank as of June 6th, that's your final date to rank advance to Diamond if you want to be in a different leadership session than the normal session. So they're making it super easy where all you do is select your workout after you purchase your ticket. And along with what Steph's saying is like, you guys invest to be there, right? You pay money for this. So there's a time to hang out with your team and catch up and all that jazz. And there's a time to listen to the speakers that are being paid to be there, which I know Steph will get to.
Yep. And there are things that are going to happen at Summit that you might be like, I'm never going to do that. You know what? And that's cool. Like Bree and I went, and Bree and I do not have like a 2% body fat like the people at the Classic Physique competition. But you know what? It was really an eye-opening experience to see the dedication that some people have put all year round into taking care of themselves and taking their fitness to like an extreme, you know, I don't even know what the word is right now, because they were super tan and super fit, and I was super impressed by them. It's something I personally would never do, but it was something that Bree and I had like 20 minutes to kill, and we were like, look, we don't have to go to the bathroom. We're not that tired. Let's go and let's check this out. And I think that this is a chance to see things that you might not want, that you've never thought about even doing before. And maybe you'll walk away and be like, you know what, next year I want to be on that stage. And there were also, I want to put this out there, tons of people that entered themselves that did not have the typical like bodybuilder body, and they entered, and Beachbody is very all-inclusive and very inviting. And so if you have that confidence, you are welcome to join. I mean, you might not win because that's not what it's about, but they're more than welcome to have you join and, you know, try out. They also have all of your live trainings and certifications. So if you've been looking to maybe be become a live Beachbody trainer in like Lift 4 or on Shift Shop or something like that, look out for those, because in our emails we've been getting things about how to sign up. It is a little extra money if you want to be certified, but then you have that like kind of in your belt, like the 2B mindset trainings and the ultimate portion fix, like all of those trainings. You basically are building a Beachbody portfolio here, because this is a work conference. Like I do want to continue to stress that this is like work hard, play hard kind of weekend. There's also all these
thing, Steph, sorry.
Go ahead.
The cool thing about getting the live certifications, and I think it's just Lift 4, Transform 20, or it's not Lift 4, it's Transform 20, P90X, PIO, Core to Force, I think are the 4. Mm-hmm. Most of them have actually the super trainers doing it, or the live trainers doing it there. So like Joel might pop in to the Core to Force one, or Jericho, which is kind of cool. And you don't normally get that if you do it elsewhere around the country throughout the year. So.
And to go off of what Danielle said is, once you become a live certified trainer, you also get a discount at Lululemon. So I'm just saying, if you like Lululemon and you're looking for a discount, certify yourself, become a trainer. So like Danielle said, like ranking advancing is really important. And I think that Summit's the time where you really realize like you're either really happy where you are in your business or you're really kind of bummed about it. And I think that it was an eye-opening experience, because I have a plan in my mind, as I think a lot of the type A people on our team do, of where you'd like to be, and then the realization of where you are today. And so I mean, there's an elite reception, there's a diamond leadership party, there's a success club party, there's all these fun little things that Beachbody does. Once again, like just reminding you, Beachbody really cares about all of us as coaches and really wants you to feel loved and celebrated for all the hard work that you've put in all year. And so these are just 3 of the small things that they do in order for you to have that. One of the coolest things, and that's where this picture was taken, is the super workout. It is promptly at 6 a.m., but fear not, you will be up at 4:30, because you need to get ready, you need to go to the bathroom, you need to energize, you need to have a drink like of water, you might need to have like a quick breakfast or a shake, and you're going to work out with 20,000 of your closest friends, and there is nothing like that. That was the best workout of my entire life. And I'm not saying it was the hardest workout. I'm not saying it was like, oh my God, I lost 15 pounds during that workout. It was just the momentum, the energy that everyone else around you brought. There were people that were struggling that other people just got down and started cheering them on. Like, it just was the energy that is there really just, I think, fuels your adrenaline and your mind for the rest of the weekend. Like the weekend does come to a close end after that, but you go home feeling like on that high of how I wish that every single like super weekend was like that. And that's how I've walked away feeling. It's also a time where new products launch. So last year they launched vegan pumpkin Shakeology. And literally an entire football arena stadium went wild.
Wait, you forgot about the biggest launch that they did last.
I didn't get there yet. So the biggest launch that they did make last year, so pumpkin spice was definitely on my list of favorites, but Shaun T just had twins, and so there was like rumors, and he posted even on his social media account that he would not be attending Summit for the first time in years. Well, guess whose hot ass was up on stage? Shaun T, and this girl jumped literally 15 feet out of her chair. I have now had the chance to speak to Shaun, like have a one-on-one conversation, and it was probably one of the greatest moments of my life. So Shaun T and I, a lot of love for him. And when I'm feeling better, I'm lift 4ing all over again, or Transform 20 all over again. But they released new products. They released, I'm just trying to think of everything else they released. Like, there's so much stuff that you know about first, and you get to hear it all firsthand, not just like on the weekly calls. Like, it is full product details, all information, how much it's going to cost, like when it will be launched, like all that information is given to you right then and there. And Danielle said, like, don't be on your phone. I mean, if you need to take a quick picture of a slide, that's fine, but don't be like texting your friends and be like, next Saturday, let's get happy hour drinks. Cause like, that's a really important thing that's going to help build your business, is creating FOMO for those new products and those new launches, and how Beachbody basically laid out a plan of how the rest of the year was going to go. This is how the year is going to go. We're going to start, and we have a plan of what programs are going to launch, what products are going to launch, and they basically help. It's kind of like being in college and someone gives you an agenda of how the rest of the year is going to go and how to help build your business. And all Danielle does for that is literally works around the Beachbody calendar and helps us to push challenge groups. Like, when you think about it, like, Danielle's not recreating the wheel or becoming a rocket scientist. She's taking the tools that are given to us at Summit or on these weekly calls and turning them her own way to hit her niche market. And I think that there's a lot of value in hearing all these new launches, and it's fun to like be the first one to know about all these things. At Summit, there's something I forgot to put on here, so my apologies, but there is a bunch of Shakeology bars. So I'm one. I know there's a lot of girls on our team that started copying this, which I'm so proud of you for doing, carrying your blenders with you on vacation. I was planning to bring my blender. No worries, ladies. You do not need to pack your blender. Shakeology, it's like $4. It costs exactly the same thing as one serving size does. I mean, if you want to bring it, bring it. I have a full list coming up of everything you're going to bring. But no need, you do not need to pack like Shakeology samples and bananas and like a blender and bring ice. Like, you don't have to worry about that. Shakeology, you go, you buy a ticket. My recommendation is bring your cash on your first day. Figure out how many shakes you're going to have while you're there, because the lines get really crazy. Sometimes eating can be hard in between all the sessions. Shakeology, obviously, we know is really good. They have a bunch of different flavors. Always, they have like typically 4 flavors at each bar. And you buy your tickets ahead of time. So I think we bought like 10 tickets amongst us, and then we figured out like how many tickets we each needed. And then like I had to go to the bathroom. Danielle stood in line and grabbed. You just go. It's like a fast pass through Disney World kind of thing. Like, you hand your ticket, you grab your shakes, and you move on. If you don't purchase your tickets, you have to wait in a super long line, pay, then get a ticket, then get a drink. So my recommendation is, first day you're there, figure out how many shakes you might want to get. I mean, go in with a friend, say, Brie, let's split 10 tickets, go from there, go in with 2 friends, figure it out. Because I think the tickets are really worth your while. I think it was like $4. Don't quote me on that though. I mean, inflation. But I mean, the saddest thing I'm really upset about, which I'm really hoping that I can stream live from someone else, or maybe like Brie will hold up her phone quietly and let me just watch. Rachel Hollis is going to be at Summit. Like, I know we've all read her books. Like, she is going to be live in person, like 4D, like us being able to physically see her and hear her. And I think she's one of the realest people out there. And I think that everyone at Beachbody, our team, can really relate to her. And I know that it might not be very Beachbody specific. Their speakers typically know what we do, but they will give you a new sense of what to walk away with. And I just have like pages of notes from some of the speakers that we had, and just hearing from them was super important. And Natalie Taylor, I didn't know who she was. I actually looked at the agenda this morning, and then I went and did some research on her. She is a finance guru. And so I think that, back to this being a business, I think it's really important to remember that, yes, this is a business, and we have to kind of remember that we should be handling our own finances for the business, and we should be, you know, saving receipts from this weekend and making sure that we file our taxes properly. And I think it'll be good to hear from someone in the finance space about how this can impact us. I think that I don't think it's something Beachbody has ever done before. So I think it's going to be really exciting to hear from someone from a different niche market. Typically they have like a motivational speaker or something like that. So this year they're doing a motivational speaker, someone from finance, and then there's a third person. He's a gentleman, and I forget his name. But the two that I was most excited about, and I thought our team would be most excited about, was Rachel, obviously, and Natalie. So that's what, in a nutshell, you can expect from Summit. So if you think about this, this is literally a Thursday through Sunday. You're arriving on Thursday and you're leaving on Sunday. That is a ton of stuff. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath in, hold it, let it out. You are not alone. I'm sure Danielle even gets a little overwhelmed, and this is like her third or fourth year. You know, like, it's okay to feel fifth year. Oh my God, Danielle, we're gonna have to get you a hat that says I've been here for 5 years. You just wait. The sashes I'm gonna make you wear. So I think that, you know, even after all this time, like, it is a little overwhelming. I mean, it was overwhelming my first time, just like seeing everything and taking it all in. But by like day 2, you know where everything is. You're grooving around. You're having a good time. So that's what you can expect at Summit. Anything else I missed, Danielle?
No, I think you keep going. You're doing
All
great.
right. All right. So I know I've probably piqued your interest, but maybe you're still on the fence and you're not sure you want to go yet. So if I haven't convinced you that this is a great business opportunity, and I haven't convinced you that it's fun, let me just tell you, so I don't know if you can see, but I actually almost cried. So no, my business is not where I want it to be right now. And last year was, I would say, from the time a month before Summit to now, has probably been the worst year of my life. Like, everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. But I'm still having a smile on my face, and I'm still moving and grooving. But to see my name on an entire banner with all these other people that have strived and actually have done something, and to earn like my first $500, and, you know, every little milestone that might seem like a little milestone now, but when you add them all together and you look back over like the 2.5 years I've been a coach, they mean so much to me. And to see my name on a banner was amazing. And I know Danielle's name is on a banner with a lot less people because she's worked so much longer and harder. And you'll see as you walk around, I don't know how they'll display it this year, but just seeing all these names up there and seeing all these like-minded people work hard for the same thing, there's so much value in that. Danielle and I are up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I am not a morning person. I think that this workout was probably like 5:30 to see Chris Downing. There is not much you would have to say, Chris Downing, I'm in. So we were up and early and at this workout. This picture on the right, that is the super workout. That is the entire city of Indianapolis that Beachbody has to get permits for to shut down the city. And what I have circled is where we were standing. Somewhere in this mob of people, our team was standing right here working out. Now, this is the stage all the way over here, so yes, you're a little far, but there are tons of porta potty bathrooms. Don't worry, you won't have to, go on the street. There's a ton of TVs on the sides, so you get to see everything. There are even homeless people at 6 o'clock in the morning that were working out with us. They were so excited. There were people walking around, just stopping to work out with us. So, 20,000 people to work out with, that alone would make me want to commit. But also know that even if you're still scared, you're not going alone. I hardly knew Bree. I was like, Bree, get in bed with me. Like, literally, I hardly knew Bree. And I jumped into bed with Bree and slept perfectly fine. Like, you have to understand that this is not only a business trip that's going to build your business, but you're building the accountability and a friendship also. And I think that a lot of us have not joined this team for financial reasons. We've joined it for other things. And I'm going to get to that. So you might want to know what to bring. So this is my little quick list that I'll share it. But in my personal opinion, you need money. You need to bring some cash, which if you start working on your business now and use that pop-up shop, you can utilize that money to go to the core, people. Save the money. You want to bring with you, and like this should all go in like one little backpack. Like do not pack like I packed a ginormous suitcase. Don't do that. But you're going to want sneakers. You're going to want to bring sunscreen because you might be outside and I don't know what the weather's going to be like. You want to bring a notebook and a pen, your cell phone, maybe to take some extra notes or Google something real quick that someone said, or like a book. I know that there's a lot of books last year that I wrote down that I wanted to read, that I went and I bought every single one of them. You know, you're going to want to bring some Energize and some of the performance line because I swear to God, my legs were burning. There is a lot of cardio that occurs at these workouts because we are limited on space and equipment. And so your legs will be utilized. Your shoulders will be utilized. You will want some recover. You're going to want a snack. So stock up on your beach bars now. We can get some Instacarts going. You're going to want to do that. Layers. So yeah, you could go and buy clothes and sneakers from the core, but you want to layer it up. One of the rooms, super cold. Like I was absolutely frozen. Like I had to step out actually to like warm up and it was like 90 degrees outside. So layers are important. You're going to want to go and invest in a really good charging brick. Not one of the cheap ones that you got like with some company's little logo on it. Go on Amazon. They're like $15. It literally saved my life. Bree was right. You need one of those. And you're going to want to bring a shaker cup for some water. I mean, there's water stations all the way around. But this would be like if I packed nothing else, these are the things I need while I'm at Summit. Now, you're also going to want to bring some athletic wear. Obviously, you're working out and some cute outfits for the Instagram because you never know who you're going to see. I got to meet Donald from 80 Day Obsession, and thankfully, I was wearing a cute dress and I wasn't sweaty in workout clothes. So, I mean, to each their own. You do you. But I do think that there is value in being a little bit more presentable. I mean, when I go to work every day, I don't look like this. So, I mean, wear what you want to wear, but these are the things that I would bring like in my backpack to go to session. And thankfully, everything Beachbody now has like all these little cute yellow, like little individualized portions of everything now. So, I mean, Recover you throw in a Ziploc bag, but I do think that there's value in taking maybe some hydrate with you as well. I don't take the creatine, so I can't speak on that. And recharge at night. I know Danielle is a big fan of that for the nighttime, but your body is going to be, if you've ever been to a business conference, just turn this up a notch because you're going to be moving around. I hit 20,000 steps every day. There's no doubt about it. Bypass them. You worked out, you're hanging out with friends, you're going to be drinking alcohol at night. So you want to stay hydrated in the morning. So these are the things that I would bring.
Hey, Steph, they're going to have the Recover packets coming out at the end of the month.
Well, then bring your Recover packets. That's what I said. Don't bring your tubs of Recover. Bring your little sticks because ain't nobody got time for that.
Did you want to say what the venues are real quick? Like where the sessions are held and everything?
Oh, yeah. So everything's held in – so last year we stayed in the JW Marriott, which my point to you is if you have not gotten your hotel rooms, now would be the time to start doing that. I know Katie started a thread. If there's anyone that's missing from that thread that's watching this later, please reach out to Katie or Danielle and they'll add you. I think Katie might be the only one with a hotel room right now. So I think unless 25 people want to sleep with Katie in the same bed, we're going to have to figure out where we're sleeping. But there's Airbnbs, there's like 15 hotels and everything's very close together. But the Luke Oil Stadium has like a whole convention center underneath it where we never had to walk outside. So it is very humid there. There is no water there. So you're like in the middle of a state. There's like a lake or two above you. And so like humidity is like coming at you. So that's why the layering is so important because inside is going to be cold. Outside you're going to need sunscreen and your sweatshirt off. But I really do think it's awesome how everything is basically in one big building. It's the convention center, and everything is kind of like connected and intertwined. So if you walk far enough in the convention center, you'll get to the hotels. If you walk far enough the other way, you'll be at the Luke Oil Stadium. And so my recommendation is that for the general sessions, as much fun as it would be to wear really cute high heels, it is probably, and I'm not even exaggerating, a mile walk. Am I wrong? It is a very, maybe longer actually, to go from where our one hotel was to where the stadium is. And you walk through the entire convention center, which is fine, so you're not outside. But I wore heels and I was exhausted, especially after all day long where you're running around and you've already done your workout and your body's pretty tired. Wedges or, cute sandals would be my recommendation, or a smaller heel. I wouldn't, try to be a hero. There were girls rocking like stilettos and I don't even know how they did. They had an Uber pick them up. That was definitely my thought. Like there was no way they walked that whole stadium. So those are my layer up, like bring even a sweater with like the dresses you're going to wear, because there are a lot of people and they're trying to make it comfortable for everyone. And you're going to be sitting there for like the opening session, I think is like a 2-hour thing. So you're going to want to sit and be comfortable for that. So bring a water for that. I mean, you don't have to bring a notebook to everything. I brought a notebook to everything. You do you. I don't want to tell you what to do, but these are the things I basically carry around in my bag at all times.
Yeah, to Steph's point, they rent out the entire convention center for all the sessions, and then they rent out the entire football stadium. If you guys don't know what Lucas Oil Stadium is. So whatever city we go to, entire convention center and football stadium is Beachbody only, which is pretty freaking phenomenal.
It's pretty awesome.
How much more you got, my friend? You're at 8:40.
I'm almost done.
Cool.
So leading up to Indy, what should you do? Because like Danielle said, June 6th is when you have a rank advancement. So these are things that I'm recommending. I know a few years back, or maybe it wasn't even that long ago, we did a vision board. I want you to go and look at that vision board. What have you yet to accomplish that is on that vision board that you're like, Beachbody can help me accomplish that? Go look at it, pick 2 things, and make an action plan to accomplish it. We all have a why. And I mentioned this earlier. I know a lot of people on our team, the financial gain is not our why. We either have a weight loss goal or a nutrition goal. We wanted friendships or accountability. Remember what your why is, because without your why, you truly don't have a purpose. And I do feel as though when I can't remember what my why is, I feel beyond lost. And I'm speaking just from personal experience. Whoever your coach is, if you hadn't had a decent one-on-one in a while, text them, Facebook them, meet with them, make an action plan. If you're not happy where your rank currently is, only you can change that. No matter how many times Danielle talks on a live or anyone else joins our team calls and presents, only we can be the product of change. I want to say this because it's said all the time, but I don't think people really understand it. There is truly no difference between Melanie Mitro and you. The difference is that every single day she makes a choice. She gets up, she follows the 4 vital behaviors because they are vital. They were not created because they were not vital. They are vital. And they are not hard. Summit is like the biggest thing for our company. It is fun. It is entertaining. It is educational. It is just a time to really just reconnect with why your why is important. So start the FOMO now. If you've been waiting to build a team, or you have people on the fence who have been waiting to, really join you and they've been like unsure, now is the greatest time to say, hey, you don't have to be a coach to come to Summit. I don't know if you guys know that. You can have someone come with you as a guest that's not a coach and let them see. And truthfully, like if you brought me to Summit with you, yes, that's a big investment for someone that's not a coach. That would get me sold instantaneously on joining Beachbody because it's the greatest weekend. The pop-up shop starts tomorrow. And so I'm not going to get into this. I'll let Danielle talk about this. But my question to you is, what have you done to prepare for this? Because Danielle has set everything up in motion. So if you are not utilizing that, you are not utilizing the tools that are in your tool belt. And so I wanted to show you my real favorite parts of Summit 2018 because we went to the Carrie Hilson concert for my birthday, and that was a whole new wild because it was just wild. Like, I just can't even explain. We were very overdressed. Let me just tell you. We had a lot of clothes on compared to everyone there. So if you don't have your volume on, I hope this works.
I have a friend. What's up, Stephanie? Happy birthday. How old is she? I don't know, actually, but we're working out with you tomorrow. All right, we're working out with me tomorrow, so. Game on. Game on. I'll see you tomorrow. Happy birthday. Enjoy it. I have a friend.
So how many people could say Chris Downing wished them a happy birthday? Like, literally, this is my favorite video of all time. Like, I cried. I was just so happy. And then, honestly, this was the best meal. And it wasn't the best meal because we had, like, this delicious, healthy vegetable and cheese tray, or we got the best rosé. It was the best meal because it was actually probably the first time I got to sit and talk to Danielle and Bree and learn about them outside of Beachbody and what motivates them. And, like, we laughed. I think that I almost peed myself. I laughed so hard. Like, and this is where that friendship went from we're acquaintances and we're friends to, like, every big thing in my life. I text the two of them weekly. And so if you have been feeling kind of lost on our team and you feel as though you haven't found your, I don't want to say, like, because I hate this word, but, like, your clique within the team, this is a really good chance to really connect with other team members and find a success partner and find someone that you can relate to that has the same visions and goals that you do. And so this is just a list of things that I have pulled from my notebook from Summit of 2018 that were said by really important people. And so I don't remember, I didn't write down who said it. Sorry, I went very quickly. But find yourself a success partner. Find someone who will push you, not to sell, but will push you to share your story and relate to others. Recognize and understand what your current season of life is. Is my current routine serving me well right now? As my seasons of life have changed, have I actually reevaluated my life, my routine, and have I adjusted accordingly? I think a lot of times we're afraid to reach out and do that cold invite because we're expected in our minds, not by anyone else, but by ourselves, to be an expert or authority on Beachbody. Let me tell you, you do not need to be an expert or authority on anything Beachbody related. Everything is in the FAQs for you. You are an expert and have authority on you and your story and your journey. So if you continue to be confident in who you are, or start to be confident in who you are and share your story and your current season of life, just see how that blossoms. Like, just give that a try for a minute. And Melanie Mitro said this best: there is no difference between the potential you sit on or I. I refuse to never stop being a student. If you continue to learn, you will continue to grow. And I don't know, for a woman who makes $1 million a year, or probably more, I'm going to take some advice to be a student. I don't think that it's very hard. Like, I'm telling you, go to every session, be open-minded, take a notebook and a pen, and write down things that motivate you, if you do nothing else. And I think that's everything.
Damn, girl, brought it home.
Sorry. I'm very sad I can't go. I'm very happy I'm having a baby. Just wasn't on my right timeline.
Totally cool. You want to stop sharing for a sec?
Yep.
Thank you so much, Steph. That was so good and hit everything on the money. I mean, I think back, this is my 5th summit, guys. And I want you to know, like, I didn't have a team going to my first summit. Like, there was no coaches under me running the business. It was me going to summit, showing people that I was a part of something bigger than me, that I was, like, the credibility I built by going to that and showing people that I was a part of something. That's what built this team. That's where I got so many messages of, like, what are you doing? Like, you took time off work to go to this conference to grow as a person and to be with people you've never met before because you're actually doing this. And so it made me real. And so if there's nothing else you take away from this, remember that you all invested $140 to $160 to possibly build $1 million business. And I think Steph said it really well. It's like, you get to decide what you do with it. And she's right. Like, every coach needs this event to remember why they started. I need it every year. And that's why my ticket is bought every year, because I go through seasons of life too and hard times too. And there is no difference between me and you besides consistency. And that's it, and time. So you guys get to decide now to use the tools at your fingertips. Pop-up shop is tomorrow. It is not hard. You guys already know all the challenge packs. They are very simple. I'm going to go work on this for the next hour and make sure those tools are up for you. But it's your job to be a team player. And I'll leave you guys with this. The Josh Coates podcast I put up today in the team page under coming up this week. I'm trying to keep all the announcements together in one spot. He talked about how he goes to different events and speaks. And he went to an event with Autumn. And the regular tickets were $20 and the VIP tickets were $100. So somebody paid $80 extra to take a picture with Josh Coates. And if you don't know him, he's a motivational speaker. He works with a lot of Beachbody coaches to mentor them. He's not a super trainer. He's not somebody that has made, he doesn't coach. He's not like that, not part of Beachbody. He just coaches Beachbodies. But somebody willingly paid $80 extra to take a picture with him. Now imagine if he went and drove around to those hundreds of people's houses and said, did you use that $80 to actually take the advice that I gave you and implement it into your business? His guess was probably not. And so when you think about your team and this team and what kind of team player you want to be, are you paying, when you buy your challenge pack, you're paying to be a part of the team and sit in the stands of the stadium. When you help somebody, you're sitting in the first row and getting a little bit closer because you want something that Steph had, like getting your name recognized on the banner. You want to be on the stage. You want to show your team what's possible. When you actually show up on power hours and show up on team calls and do the work and see the results from doing the work and never stop consistently doing the work, that's when you get on the field and you play. So I'm challenging you guys to be a team player, because if you're the only one that shows up at 7 p.m. on a workout, who cares? You still keep showing up until you build the team. I still kept showing up until they came. And I still show up at 5 a.m. every single morning until y'all come. And I sit and do my vital behaviors and I do my workout and I fill my brain with personal development every damn day because I believe in this team so much. And you're either going to get on the train and run with me, or you're going to sit in the stands and watch. And I've been through ebbs and flows, and I know we are meant for so much more. And so I'm challenging you to get off this call and go be a friend to somebody. Go reach out and invite them. Go speak your heart on your stories because you matter and your story matters. And I don't want any of you ending the Beachbody year, because that's what Summit is. It's the end of the Beachbody year and beginning of the new one, and thinking, wow, I wish I would have. I know I should have. I could have tried. Go do it. Go play on the field. Come down. I need my players. Okay? I've got to win the game. I love you guys. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for doing this call. And maybe we'll somehow find a mode of transportation to get her to Indianapolis. I don't know. A speed racer car, maybe. But all right, I'm going to stop talking and get to work. And just remember that you're a special part of this team and every single person on this team matters. And it's your job to decide where you want to play on the field. All right, guys. Love y'all.